Hello, my name is Ryan, and I want you to live a wonderful life. And there is one key thing that prevents you from living a wonderful life, which is inner turmoil, what we can also call negative beliefs, negative thoughts, negative perspectives, and so on. All right, so if you're watching this video, your birthright is joy. Your birthright is love, it's abundance, it's success. It's anything wonderful that you can imagine because you are an infinitely worthy being. And I say that as a fact, not as a mere philosophy. I don't want to spend too much time talking about that though, because if you're coming across this, you want the method, the direct method for dissolving negative beliefs and stepping into a state of joy. Because as you already know, negative beliefs and negative thinking are the only thing preventing you from a wonderful life. You know, we hear this idea, change your thoughts, change your life. And it's a very true idea, but it seems like no one gives you the direct path, the direct method, the direct steps. And there really only is one step per se, although you could have as many as three. And I say this as someone who has tried just about every spiritual, scientific, neuroscience method out there, and this is the one that's worked best for me. So I urge you to look at other methods for dissolving negative beliefs, for tuning your mind to a state of positivity. I urge you to look into those. However, this is the one that's worked for me after having tried countless ones, and I want to give it to you now. So there's only two steps. The first step is you can know when a negative belief comes up within you when you start to feel intense negative emotion. If you start to feel fear, if you feel anxiety, that is your emotional guidance system telling you that you're holding on to a negative thought pattern, a negative perspective, or a negative belief. And we can really sum all those ideas up with just that one word, negative belief. So, that's the first way that you know that you're harboring negative beliefs, is when you feel negative. It's quite simple, right? And you have this emotional guidance system that allows you to know whether or not you're in sync. In the same way when you're tuning your radio and you begin to hear static, right? That's akin to feeling negative emotions like fear, anxiety, distress, stress, and so on and so forth. All right? But when you begin to tune those negative beliefs into new beliefs, a new state of being, a new state of consciousness, you begin to hear the music clearly. And this is the process for doing that. So you know a negative belief has arisen when you begin to feel negative emotion. It could be fear, it could be anxiety, you could feel it in your chest, you could feel it in your throat, whatever it is. These are the two steps. The first thing you do is you dissolve it in compassion. What does that mean? Anything that you suppress will only try to express more. So what happens is when these negative beliefs come up and we feel afraid and we feel anxious and we feel scared or we feel insecure, we often try to push it down. You know, we might feel pain in our heart or pain in our throat, pain in our head, really pain anywhere in the body, emotional pain, right? Emotional pain manifests physically in the body. So the first thing to do is not to suppress it and push against it, but to invite it in with compassion. And now there's no one right way of doing that. What I kind of do is anytime I feel emotional pain come up, I start gently repeating to myself, I love you, it's okay. And that might sound silly at first, but I promise you it makes all the difference. Because again, if I tell you right now, do not think of a purple elephant, the first thing on your mind is a purple elephant. So when negativity comes up, we can't say, don't think that, don't think that, don't think that, because that just fuels it. So the first thing we do is we surround it and dissolve it in compassion. All right? Because what happens is any negativity that is coming up is just a part of you that was hurt from the past or that is hurt now, right? So when we feel insecure, it probably had a root. It could have been 10 years ago, could have been a day ago. It doesn't really matter when it was, but it was this experience that we weren't able to process, all right? And that's usually where the negative belief is picked up. And 100% of the time, the negative belief is never actually yours, all right? The negative belief is typically picked up from a challenging experience, from another person who was harboring negative beliefs themselves, right? So we create this disidentification with the belief, and we surround ourselves in compassion, right? Which is the moment that that negativity comes up, maybe you're feeling pain and insecurity in your heart, you just say, I love you, and you invite it in with compassion. All right, and that's a step only you can take. Only you know how to invite it in with compassion, and there is no fancy tool or fancy technique beyond just that. Invite it in with compassion. There's no special secret mantra, there's no special exact tool, all right? Because what you will find is that you are the creative power in your world. You get to decide what negative beliefs have a control over your life and which thoughts that you do decide to think. I'm giving you the guide that has worked for me, but ultimately you are the creative power in your world. That's why you see so many different tools and ideas and teachings about how to overcome mental negativity, right? Some involve journaling, some involve affirmations and mantras. This is the teaching that has worked best for me after trying probably countless. So you first dissolve it in compassion. The next thing you do is you turn to the light of wisdom. And with that wisdom, you begin to tune into a new potential, a new thought. So every thought and every feeling exists on a spectrum. Here you have the thought, I'm insecure, and here you have the thought, I'm confident. They can't exist together. They're opposites. Or rather, they're not actually opposites, but they're on this pole, they're on this spectrum, right? Just as we have hot and we have cold. They're not really separate, they go together, but they're on a spectrum, right? So you want to tip where you are to the other side of the spectrum, right? Fear into love, sadness into happiness, and so on and so forth. Insecurity into confidence. So what you do is once you have dissolved it in compassion and you say, it's okay that you're feeling this, you welcome it, you don't suppress it, you allow it, you relax, and you breathe. Those are all the different components that go into dissolving it in compassion. You then use the power of wisdom, the power of the mind, and the power of the heart to tune into a new thought. So if the previous negative belief was, let's say it was, I really don't like the way I look, and it was insecurity was the root emotion, right? That's the negative belief. You dissolve it in compassion. You give love to that part of yourself that felt wounded and hurt and injured. And then you use the power of wisdom to say, now, what is the new thought that I would like to create? What is the new belief that I not only believe, but know to be true? And then you simply become aware of that, all right? Where attention goes, energy flows. So all you have to do is place the light of your awareness on a new thought. All right, because again, those two thoughts cannot exist together. So you're dissolving the prior belief in compassion, in love. Love could be another word for compassion. And then you use wisdom to tune into something else. You could also say you use creativity to tune into something else. So this is what the whole process really looks like. Let's say negative emotions coming up within me. I'm feeling insecure. I then give love to myself. I dissolve that feeling in compassion. I relax. I allow myself to kind of feel it as it comes up, right? This only takes a few moments. This is not something you have to do for hours and hours. It comes up. I allow it. I love it. I accept it. I give love to myself. And then I say, what is a new idea, a new belief, a new perspective that is a more accurate expression of what I would like to be and who I really am, all right? And then maybe the new idea is I gently start to become aware of confidence, self-love, self-acceptance, right? I let these ideas kind of sit in my awareness. I might see images, I might see thoughts, I might hear words in my awareness, in my consciousness, all right? And that is the entire process, period. Now you can supplement many other processes, right? This is not the entire process for, all the thousands of years that humans have been meditating and studying consciousness and so on. This is what I have found to be the most effective process and the most quick and rapid process for dissolving negative beliefs on the spot, right? The moment that a negative belief or a negative experience comes up, dissolving it in compassion, using wisdom to replace it with its opposite, to tune into a higher potential, a new thought, a positive thought, right? That's the key, a positive thought, one that I actually want to create. That's it, all right? And you do that via the power of awareness, right? Because your awareness is like a flashlight. That's what your attention is. If I'm shining it on one place, it cannot be simultaneously shining on the opposite thing, right? If I'm shining my awareness on a thought of insecurity, I cannot simultaneously shine my awareness on a thought of confidence. So what you do is you shine the light of compassion onto the negativity and then immediately use wisdom to tune yourself to the positivity. So we can basically say is the entire process for releasing negative beliefs, and I might be repeating myself here a little bit, but I really want you to get this because it's so simple. And I'm giving you the secret, right? I'm not selling you anything. I don't even know. Right now I'm talking to a camera. So I hope that this finds you well, because there is no other secret besides this. There's many other methods, and if this method doesn't resonate with you, you can use another method, but it really comes down to the same idea, which is where attention goes, energy flows, and that you are the creative power in your world. Change your thoughts, change your life. This is all saying the same thing. It can be expressed in many different ways. I'm just giving you the method that has worked for me. All right? So dissolving it in love, and then thinking a new positive thought, affirming that new positive thought, affirming that new belief, and becoming aware of it and allowing it to kind of saturate in your awareness. So if the new thought is, I'm confident, you might begin to see images that are, maybe you see images of beauty, you see images of what it would be like to live in a world where you are confident, right? That's actually you using your mind to tune to a new potential reality, a new experience, a new expression of who you are. All right? So that is the whole process. Change your thoughts, change your life. Where attention goes, energy flows. Any negativity that comes up, any pain, honor it. Dissolve it in love. Dissolve it, wrap it in the arms of love and compassion, and then use wisdom and creativity to tune yourself to a new potential, a new thought, and a new belief. All right. Now, again, there are supplementary practices that go with this. If this does not resonate with you, I urge you to leave it and go find something else that does, because what resonates with you is going to be the thing that works for you. Because ultimately, again, you are the creative power in your universe, in your world, right? We're a part of this collective universe, and we have our own individual stories and universes going on, right? Our own inner worlds. So you are the power. I can't go into your mind and force the thoughts and perspectives and beliefs that you think. I can't go into your heart and force the emotions that you feel. Only you can do that. That is your freedom and your free will to decide, do I want to live in an inner space that is filled with love and joy, or hatred and fear? That is your choice to make. And I just gave you the method, or shared with you the method that has worked for me in tuning my inner space and eventually my outer reality as well to a state of love and peace and adventure and harmony and abundance and all those beautiful energies, right? The energies that are really what is your true essential nature. All right, so if this helped, I urge you to like and subscribe, not just to follow me or my brand, but because I'm going to be posting a lot more ideas and videos like this, sharing methods that can help you, supplementary methods, methods of meditation, deeper understandings of who you are, the nature of your mind, and the nature of your heart, and we're going to dive in together, right? Because wisdom doesn't just know one individual, right? Wisdom is universal, and that's what we're sharing here. We're sharing ideas, we're sharing wisdom, and I sincerely hope that this assists you and uplifts you in your life the way that it has in mine, and try it out for yourself. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, then leave it. There's no worries. There's a bajillion methods on the internet and in books and in podcasts about how to dissolve negative beliefs. That's the one that's worked for me. It's 2 steps. It's very easy. It's very simple, and it works wonders, and it's what I've found to be the quickest method. So thank you for